Today I want to read some Am I Overreacting stories. Let's jump in. Am I overreacting for telling my stepmother she can't come to the birth of my child after she announced my pregnancy on Facebook? My mom died when I was 15. I'm now 27, and my dad remarried several years ago. My stepmother is the type of person who really pushes herself into people's lives and wants to be involved in everything. We have a relationship, but it's complicated. When I found out I was pregnant, I told my dad, my brother, and my stepmother. The only reason I told her was because I didn't think it would be fair to ask my dad to keep such a big secret from his wife. The reason I wanted to keep it private is because my previous pregnancy ended in a stillbirth. It was one of the hardest experiences of my life, and I didn't want to announce this pregnancy until after the baby was born healthy. Last time, dealing with everyone's questions and sympathy afterward was overwhelming. I was very clear with all three of them that this pregnancy was not to be shared with anyone. No friends, no extended family, nobody. Then on Monday morning, I woke up and saw that my stepmother had posted my pregnancy on Facebook. She uploaded my ultrasound photo, called me her daughter, and announced that she was going to be a grandmother. My heart sank. I immediately called my dad and asked if he knew she was going to post it. He said he had no idea and told me he would ask her to take it down. I then called my stepmother and asked why she would do that. She acted like it wasn't a big deal and she said she just wanted her friends to know. I told her that it was absolutely a big deal. It wasn't her pregnancy to announce, and I had specifically told her not to tell anyone. In the heat of the moment, I also told her that I'm not her daughter and that she would not be welcome in the delivery room when the baby is born. She called me crazy and I hung up. Later that day, my dad called. He agreed that what she did was wrong and that she never should have posted about my pregnancy. However, he thinks I'm overreacting by banning her from the delivery room. My personal opinion is that she's not overreacting because it's certainly a sensitive issue for her given the previous situation she had. But let's take a look at some comments. The top comment says, not overreacting, but why would she be in the delivery room at all? The next one says, not overreacting at all. You're going to have major boundary issues with this woman. You should set expectations now. She is not entitled to you or your child. And the third one says, not overreacting. I would ban her from more than the delivery room. Okay, on to the next one. Am I overreacting for telling my roommate he can move out because his girlfriend is allergic to my cats? My name is the only one on the lease. My roommate is an old classmate and one of my best friends. He needed a place to stay, so I let him move into my spare room. He pays half the rent and I cover the other household expenses like utilities, internet, food, and water. Recently, my job approved a hybrid schedule where I work from home about 70% of the time. Because I'll be spending much more time at home, I decided to get pets. A dog didn't seem practical since we live in the city and I don't have a good place for one to exercise regularly. So I adopted two cats. My roommate knew I wanted pets and had known for a while that I was considering getting them if my work situation changed. When I mentioned getting cats, he didn't object. The issue is that his girlfriend is over very frequently, usually around 5 days a week, and often spends the night. A couple of days ago, she came over, saw the cats, and told me she's highly allergic to cats. She said they needed to be removed from the apartment. I told her that wasn't going to happen. I said she's a guest in my apartment and she doesn't decide whether my pets stay or go. She got upset, and my roommate told me I shouldn't speak to her that way. The conversation ended there and everyone went to their rooms. The next morning, my roommate told me he agreed with her and that the cats shouldn't stay because of her allergy. I told him I understood that she was allergic, but the cats weren't going anywhere. I also said that if that was a deal breaker for him, he was free to find another place to live. He got very angry and called me inconsiderate for not accommodating his girlfriend's allergy. My personal opinion is that it's not overreacting either. This is mainly because it's his house and the lease is under his name, right? So it doesn't make sense that he has to get rid of the cat. However, let's take a look at the first comment. It's your home. It's not like he didn't know about the cat before you did it. You told him what you were doing. She doesn't live there and doesn't get as a not overreacting. The next one. You're 100% right, but you should have stopped the 5 nights a week sleepovers. If you get another roommate, make that clear. A girlfriend would have to have a lot of nerve, like a lot, to ask the guy whose name is on the lease to get rid of his pets. And the third comment, not overreacting overreacting, but be very careful when leaving the house because situations like this can end with the cats, open air quotes, running away, close air quotes. Make sure your cats are chipped and registered, then inform your roommate that if anything happens to your cats, you will pursue legal action against him. Okay, finally, this is one from the subreddit of Am I Wrong? Am I wrong for refusing to help my ex-boyfriend after he left me for someone more successful? I am 25 female, dated my ex who is 27 male for almost 5 years. During that time, I supported him through everything. When he was unemployed, I covered rent more times than I can count, paid for groceries, and even helped with some of his bills. I was always there whenever he needed me emotionally, financially, or otherwise. A year ago, he broke up with me. His reason was that he felt we were growing in different directions. A few weeks later, I found out he had started dating a woman he worked with. It hurt, but I accepted it and moved on. Forward to last week, out of nowhere, he contacted me saying he had lost his job and was struggling financially. He asked if I could lend him money because I was the only person who ever really cared about him. I told him no. Now some mutual friends are saying I'm being cold because I can afford to help and because I once claimed I loved him. My view is that he chose to leave the relationship and with it the benefits of having me as his support system. Okay, let's take a look at the top comments. You're not wrong. The mutuals are not friends. Please do not listen to them and definitely don't support the ex. The next one says, you're not wrong. To cut off the hobosexual. Went to bed the new girl kicked out his loser ass? To that, the original poster commented, yeah, she did. I am not sure I can take him back, but I still love him. And the third top comment was, why aren't those friends helping that cheater or his new girlfriend? Because they know it would be dumb. Don't let him use you. Block him. To what OP said, I think blocking him would be the best. I think the same as these top comments. The original poster is definitely not wrong, and that person should definitely grow up themselves. Those were some of the posts I wanted to read today while I created my Minecraft build. I've been playing on this world for a while, so follow if you want to keep taking a look at my world and these Reddit stories. Bye.